Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal channel, and this is the second video of a series that we're doing today, or this week, whenever you're watching this video, where we're checking out the Lawnchair Youth project that's over in Birmingham, Alabama. We're checking out some of the videos and some of the bands that they have been pushing out from there. Now, I'm sorry if one of the bands that we don't cover is yours, because they've got a hell of a lot of videos on their channel, and we've just picked 8 at random, so I apologize for any bands, but if you want to message us and let us know about your band, we will definitely check it out. Today we're going to check out a band called Capra, and the song is called Silana.
I know this band. I reviewed them 3 weeks ago. They're on Metal Blade.
6 out of 10.
7, female vocalist. She's quite interesting as well. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay, well, there we go. Kurt's giving it the thumbs up there. Let's go check it out. Okay, so Capra and Silana. Andy, over to you, mate.
Yeah, another really good one. Similar vein, hardcore. I wasn't drawn to her vocals immediately. It wasn't, I thought, I don't like these vocals. But from the second sort of verse, or the second sort of portion of her vocal delivery, I did like what she was doing. What came to mind is a London-based female hardcore band called Shooting Daggers. The vocal was very similar to them. I don't know if you heard. Yes, we saw them at the Stevenage, Kirk, an all day a couple of years ago. Do you remember Shooting Daggers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 3 girls.
Yeah.
That's what sprang to mind with that. But again, it's another really good production from the song, another one-take video. I'd like that. I really like that look. And if and when my band ever do a video, I would be exploring that option as well as a possibility, because I really like what they've done there. It's simple but effective. I'm going to take a few points from what you said, Dave, about the drummer in this one anyway, because it's a slightly different concept that we're doing tonight. I'm looking out for a few different things. His hi-hat wasn't moving very much. I think his foot was going, but his hi-hat wasn't moving. So that's another perhaps videography technique.
Possibly,
and
yeah.
Also, is this a drumming technique? He's kind of rolling his right arm to kind of reel in the aggression of hitting the drum when you're playing along to a playback? Or is that
quite possibly? He could be
adopted?
doing a bit of a swish movement.
Yeah,
which
a bit of a
he's not getting
swish,
straight
yeah.
down, so he's grazing across.
Yeah. See, normally I wouldn't be looking for anything like that. I'd be trying to, enjoy the song, take some lyrics out, take something from the lyrics. But yeah, it's another band I'd like to check out and see more of. That was really good as well.
What about yourself, Kirk, then?
Dave, first, can I ask you a question? Do you know in heavy music, why do we never see any drummers? What's that style called where they hold them like Chinese chopsticks, the drumsticks? Like jazz drummers do it, don't they? What's it called, that style?
I don't know. Don't ask me that. I just hit things. Come
on.
on.
Why do no heavy bands do that? Is it not fast enough? Could
you can't get anywhere near the velocity. You can get speed.
Yeah.
You can't get velocity of impact. So it's
that's
a lot
why
harder.
You would never see
now,
it.
there are some heavy drummers that can and will play it like that, but it's more of it's just a lot of it's just because of when you learn to play. When you first start learning, depending on your influences, if you're influenced by Aerosmith or Metallica or something like that, you don't sort of pick up your drumsticks and start holding them that way to learn. You learn by following your idols. So it tends to be that you follow the people that you idolize. So if you're idolizing a jazz drummer, you're going to learn to play like a jazz drummer. And that's why you probably don't see many metalheads go across it, because you don't tend to go from learning to play jazz and then play death metal. It's not a natural transition.
It's the other way around, isn't it? Where people will start with extreme metal and then they'll expand the chops by learning jazz. Yeah, I mean that song. So the singer, she's called Crow Lotus. She herself is a bit of a YouTube personality as well. And this band are on Metal Blade. So this is from their second album. So clearly these are a breakout success. I believe they're from Louisiana. So I think with her vocals, Andy's called it right. Surprisingly, I think that does sound like she's got an English accent almost. When you listen to, even if you listen to something like Svalbard or Ithaca or any of these bands in England, when they're doing those hardcore vocals, it has this like pseudo London twang to it. It wasn't much there, but it definitely didn't sound American. That's not a bad thing either. I agree.
You're just slagging off the Americans there.
No, not at all. I agree that the vocals take some getting used to, but that is her just being herself. I don't think she's joined a band and thought, oh, okay, I want to try and sing like a death metal vocalist. That's her, and her personality comes through. So I really like that. It reminds me of those post-hardcore bands of the early 2000s that would sing at a slightly higher pitch with aggression, which is not easy to do. Riffs, they didn't really stand out for me. And did you notice as well, the breakdown riff, how many bands are influenced by Roots, Bloody Roots, Sepultura, the ending to that song, do, 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 do.
Yeah.
Do, 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 and then cue the drums and the bass to come in. So I don't think this was one of the stronger songs on the sophomore album. And if we compare it with the other video that we've watched, there is actually an element of punk in this music, because sometimes, we are rightly so using the word hardcore. This still has a semblance of punk in it. The other band, Backbiter, definitely not. That they are really much a product of that late 90s where they just moved away from punk and they're just playing really heavy groove metal riffs with breakdowns, aren't they? And hyper aggression. So, yeah, not a standout song from their album. Certainly a band to watch and a personality in Crow Lotus that we're going to be seeing and hearing more from. I think this band have got a good future.
Okay. Obviously, first time for me to hear it. Kind of reminded me of a little bit of a band called Manhole, which was fronted by a lady called Tarry B back in the 90s.
My Ruin,
yeah, who that Manhole became, and My Ruin. So it kind of had a bit of her attitude there. But probably the biggest reference point I would say is Rollins Band. Is what this reminds me of, because the way that this song anyway, I don't know about the rest of the material, but this song reminded me of Rollins Band because you had the instrumentation of the band taking you just on this riff bass, and they were just kind of constantly going until that breakdown. They were constantly moving, constantly going, and she was almost going poetically telling a story. It wasn't about get to a chorus, repeat the lyrics, sing along. It wasn't about the traditional singing to a particular melody. She was just literally spitting a story at you. And that really reminds me of how Henry Rollins approaches doing what he does with Rollins Band. And that would be my closest reference point. So yeah, I could hear, and that's why when you said that there's an element of the punk in here, straight away I was like, yeah. So when you talk about things like Black Flag and stuff like that, you can hear that kind of stuff coming through as well. And yeah, I picked up the kind of that Sepultura a bit at the end as well, which was, as soon as you heard it, you're like, you know exactly what's coming after that point. Good length song, good video. I'm going to finish it on one of the things we've said a few times. Don't know if I could do a whole album of that, though, on those vocals. It's a really interesting for a single track, but I think I would need to have a more of a sort of structured vocal delivery, because it did feel very... The vocals felt very one-dimensional. There wasn't a huge amount of range or anything on this song, and I don't know if there is on other songs.
Yeah, the range
delivery was one tone at you. It was being sung in a certain way. There wasn't a lot of emotional variety or anything like that in the vocals on this song.
She does actually mix it up a bit towards the end of the album, Crow. So I think her voice, her singing voice is still in flux. And I'd expect her to explore that more on the third album. But yeah, not all the songs are like that. Musically, probably 7 of them are.
Very interesting.
I like what you said, spitting out the story. Yeah, so interesting.
Well, with that said, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.